Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver. Today is Sunday, March 25th, Palm Sunday. Our president just signed the Omnibus Bill, and Republicans are going plumb out of their minds. Crazy. Mainly, it's the never Trump people and folks who are kind of weak on Trump in the first place. But some of you hardcore Republicans that I know are raising some strange questions. You don't seem to get it. So I'm going to spend a little time here it is, Palm Sunday, to try to explain to you what is really going on. It was a brilliant move. Republicans, you should be applauding Trump for what he has done. You should be standing on the rooftop screaming. Surely Democrats are happy because they're stupid and they don't understand what just happened to them. Sure, Nancy Pelosi and Schumer are praising this bill and saying that it's against Trump because they want you to be afraid. Don't you understand? The only power they have is your fear. But did you hear Trump's announcement when he gave that press conference before he signed it? Did you hear what he said? Here's what I think is going on. Now, I don't talk to anybody in the Trump administration anymore. Everybody I knew personally have been fired. But Trump, folks, is defending America. He knows he has a weak Republican Congress. He knows they're scared of being called names. He knows they're going to submit. He knows that they think of themselves as the Washington General and Democrats are the Harlem Globetrotters that's supposed to win. But he also knows that he is facing a crisis in America greater than any time in our history. Bill Clinton and George Bush decimated the American military. They cut our forces down more than half. Bill Clinton eliminated 11 divisions of our military. When I was in Vietnam, we had over 600 ships. Now we've got around 300 some ships. Our supplies are out of date. Our planes cannot fly. 2/3 of our jet fighters cannot fly, folks. In World War II, after the Korean War, we had 1.6 million troops, Army troops. Now we've got 560,000. Do you think that America has safety has increased 2/3? At the same time, North Korea is seriously threatening us. They intend to harm us. China intends to harm us. Just warned us today about coming near their man-made islands. Russia has no more fear for us. At the same time, they're in a trade war, and we're not fighting back. At the same time, they're taking control of Africa. Not because they like black people. Africa is full of natural resources, folks. Russia is taking over the Middle East. They're in Syria fighting our allies, the Kurds. And we're too weak. We cannot fight two battles anymore, two wars at the same time in the Pacific and the Atlantic. We cannot do it anymore. And Trump is saying, yeah, we need a wall. Gotcha, we need a wall. We didn't get it this time. We're going to fund Plan Parenthood, $500 million. We didn't get it this time. But the biggest military increase in decades, probably history, we got that. And we're going to turn on the faucet. We're going to turn on Boeing. We're going to turn on General Dynamics. We're going to turn on the key. We're going to build up our military. We're going to increase the pay. We're going to increase the training. And we're going to face Russia for the first time in decades. And Putin will find out what collusion means upside his doggone head. Chinese government can take control of their own government. They want to take a dictatorship, be president for life. But the life presidency will be over a shattered nation when we get through with you. But first, we have to build a military. And Trump could not get both because we got a weak Congress and a weak Republican Party behind him. Look at you guys now. Look at you. You're running around like scared little children. I am tired of you guys calling me. Say, would you please help me with my fears? No. This is a place for warriorship. The news, military. The president is taking things in his own hands. He's saying to us, we need the military first. First. What do you think his attempt to go to Mars is for? What do you think the attempt is to go to the moon? To develop the space warfare. Trump just saved America, folks. Sure, Democrats won a small, minor battle to frustrate Republicans. But the military is the reason he did this. And then he looked at the camera and said something no other president has ever said. You talking a campaign killer? Break this promise. He said, I'm never going to sign another bill like this again. He looked us in the eye and said, I'm never going to do it again. He said it's a weak bill, terrible bill. Nobody read the bill. He got that. But we got the cash for the military. Sure, you had more money for school safety, $2 billion for school safety, knowing school is safe. You give grandma a gun or a teacher a gun. We got more money for the school safety than we did for the wall. I got that. Trump got that, folks. We can't get the wall started until we get these rhinos out of Congress. So remember one thing about rhinos. Remember one thing about rhinos, folks. Stop being frustrated behind them. Stop expecting them to turn around one day. Stop expecting them to get the message that clear in their minds. Rhinos are only politicians. Rhinos are only politicians. There are no rhino voters. These guys in these weak districts, they can't survive by voting as a Republican. We have to either strengthen the districts they're in, change the laws on divided districts up, or find some new districts that we can take over ourselves. We're going to have, can you imagine, folks, you guys are going to give up on Trump. Do you want Nancy Pelosi to pick the next Supreme Court justice? Do you want Chuck Schumer to be negotiating a budget next year? Are you people out of your mind? Are you saying that Trump is not perfect, therefore? Are you saying that he slept with a porn star, therefore he's no worse than Hillary? This is our nation, not a social club. He's not your pastor. He's not your brother-in-law. This is dirty, hard work. And Trump has sacrificed their life. They're trying to cut the stock market down to below the point that he was inaugurated. They want to say he's killing the economy. We know what's going on, folks. The trade war. These globalists, bless their heart. They're pure. Their teachers are pure. They want to control you. They're sitting around now getting rich, making billions on the way the system is today. China and Europe is taking advantage of us in the trade war. And they've got their money tied up in that, and they're making their money. And Trump is saying, we're going to tear this place. It's war. A trade war is coming. And the war is dirty. It is destructive. It is horrible. And the stock market is reacting because things are changing. The money system is changing now. It's going to become Americans. We're going to have to build these things ourselves, folks. China is controlling the natural resources in Africa, and Russia is controlling the atmosphere in Europe. We are going to have to do this ourselves. We're going to have to produce our own oil, our own natural resources. We're going to have to farm this stuff for ourselves. We're going to have to do it ourselves. And our stock market's going to suffer because we're in a global economy. But eventually, everybody's going to realize something. Eventually, the world's going to realize you got a choice. You can buy Chinese slave labor products or American free trade products. There's no longer one game in town. You can go and buy oil from Russia who are threatening you with the money you give them, or buy oil from America who are supporting and protecting you. That's what Trump is building, folks. And he has to have the military first. So he gave the Democrats this crap, this nonsense, this garbage proposal. He gave it to them to get his money for the military. Next budget, the game is over, folks. So you Republicans, stop whining like babies. Stop whining like kids that things didn't go your way. Stop it. Join the American cause. Make America great again. Do not be so afraid of the war that you're going to lose a few battles. You cannot win the war if you're afraid to lose a battle or two. This is Mason Weaver. Gird up. Face the enemy. We win when we show up. God bless you. Stay right or be left.